It's 2.5 years that we relocated to the Republic of Ireland, and I am ashamed and I am not used to a couple of things, and that's what I want to discuss with you today. If you're in my shoes, why don't you leave a comment and let me know how you worked it out. Okay, so the first one, I'm ashamed that I've not done my driving test yet. Oh my God. Yes, I'm ashamed. I should have done it, but you know what? I hear of people that have done the driving test 7 times, 8 times. I'm like, what? And then it gets me. Is it scared? I won't say scared is the word, but again, I have not done it, but I've given myself a commitment of this year that I am going to do it this year unfailingly. So hold me accountable if by December I haven't done it. And then the complexity of the roads. Oh my God, the roads are so complex, and sometimes you see something round, and my husband will say that's a roundabout. I'm like, roundabout that I know is big and visible, but sometimes we just see something and that's a roundabout there. But I'm getting used to it, when you read the manuals and all of that, you get used to it and you know the signs well. Then another thing that I am not comfortable with is returning items. Oh my God, it still does me somehow when so the second thing that I am not comfortable with, yet is returning items. And sometimes we'll go and buy things and then I was going to say maybe a couple of days later, we must have tested it out and maybe it's not something that we want, or it didn't come out the way we want it. We say, let's go and return. I'm like, return? Are you sure they will collect this thing from us? And then he said, don't collect it, Joe. Let's go and return it. And then when I go there, he makes me go and do the return. And I'm feeling like, oh my God, I'm returning items. I still feel that way, but again, they collect it for me, so my boldness or my confidence is much higher in that regard. That's number 2. And number 3, it's about my career, right? I noticed that when there's a gap, maybe someone resigns, someone moves to another department, back home, you will cover up and ensure that you do everything, even if it means working weekends back to back, working through the night. But there's this sort of balance that I see here. There's effort to ensure that the gaps are covered as much as possible so that nobody's overworking themselves, okay? You don't need to kill yourself when there's a gap. Do your best. Ensure that the gap is covered and ensure that you escalate to the appropriate authorities, making them realize that there is indeed a gap. Now, that's wonderful, it gives you some sort of balance, And then the other one, this one, I was a victim in Nigeria because I got some opportunities when I was working in an organization and I could not move because my manager then felt that if I moved, it was going to affect the department. And he said, you can't go until you find a replacement. Oh my God, that was so worrying. I was speaking to people. Do you want to come to this department? Do you want to come to that department? At the end of the day, I even went to meet the other manager that I was supposed to move to. That one said, well, this is the situation. We can't take you in until they find a replacement for you. That doesn't happen here. That does not happen here. You find a good opportunity, you give them the notice, and then you move. If sometimes you don't even give notice, sometimes you can just move. Nobody's going to hold you down. It's just that maybe the benefit that should have accrued to you because you stayed is not there anymore. And it's written fine print in the contract. Do you understand? And so that's just wonderful because I just thought about it. I'm like, wow, it's so good. Yeah. So there's this one. It's about my children's school. So they have various diverse activities. They're always doing one thing or the other. If it's not swimming lessons, they're doing math week. They're doing one sport something. The one that shocked me was the activity. They call it the Grandparents' Day. Grandparents' Day. And that day, anyone that has a grandparent will bring their grandparents and they play and they do all of that. If you don't have grandparents, your parent can come. And so my kids are like, oh, it's Grandparents' Day. Do you want to come? I said, did you hear the name? Grandparents' Day. I'm not a grandparent parent yet, so I'm not going to come. But it's just fun that they try to include everybody, in the school activities, from the parents to grandparents. It's just awesome. And I'm not watching on my mind now. I can't remember. But follow me closely. I think I'm on number 7 now. So this one, the surprised look on people's faces when you say you are a career professional, it's shocking sometimes. During an interview, before I got my job, during an interview, I did several interviews, hundreds of interviews. During an interview, somebody asked me that, where did you learn this? Where did you learn this? And I'm looking at the person like, excuse me? I worked in corporate for more than 15 years. Come on, please don't give me that. But it was shocking to a lot of them that, oh my God, you know so much. Oh my God, you're so fluent. Oh my God, you're so, the depth of what you know is just wonderful. Where did you learn this? I'm like, hey guys, come on. It's not bad in Africa now. We know book, not only book. We know what it is to run an organization in a professional way, standard way, especially when if you had worked in a place in Nigeria that had global standards, you're covered. So I didn't have issues blending in. I didn't have issues about what global standards were because I worked in good places. But it was quite shocking for a number of those top people that were interviewing me, and some of them were just like, how did you know about this? Where do you learn all of this? Oh no. There was one that they told me that it was impromptu that I should sell something, the organization. I'm like, mic drop, please. But it's good. Right. I'm not used to the cold still. It's summer now and I'm really happy. Look at what I'm wearing. And it's summer, I'm happy. Last week it was a heat wave and a lot of people were complaining about the heat. 27 degrees, 30 degrees. I'm like, hell no, I'm not complaining. I'm okay. Because when it's winter, oh no. You should see me, how I cack up. I cover everywhere. I was like, what's the difference between you and Eleha? I'm not used to the cold yet. No, I cover up. While there's no malaria here, there's the flu, which feels like malaria, and I don't like that at all. I try to safeguard myself and safeguard the family. While the house is very insulated and all, I will still wear things that will cover myself up. No, I can't. I don't want to deal with the flu at all. So I'm not used to the cold still. But again, this is summer. So, hey. All right. So another thing that I am not used to. I have 13 things that I have here, is that learning to read between the lines and read body language, particularly in corporate settings. I'm actually used to that now. It's something that nobody's going to come and tell you. Well, back home, let me just put it in the context. Back home, when they want you to improve on something, or maybe when your deck is not really good or your presentation needs improvement, they will give you the feedback there and then. Not necessarily in a harsh way. They're going to tell you that there's room for improvement. These are areas. The color is this. But here, oh God, there's so much emotional intelligence that if you don't read between the lines, sometimes you might not be able to get the feedback that you want. Right? You might not be able to get the feedback that you want. I'd say that I did a lot of interviews, hundreds of interviews, and I would get to 3rd stage, 4th stage, and I just could not ascertain why they did not want me. Do you understand? It was so confusing because the feedback they would give to you would be so glorious and so magnificent. And then they will say, oh, we loved you so much, we love this. They'll tell everything. However, we'll keep your profile in our... I'm like, okay, so can you tell me what I did wrong? But a lot of time they can't come back to me to say, this is it. Do you understand? And so I was used to that direct feedback back home, but I had to learn to read between the lines, to study the environment, to read the emotions in the room, to be able to sometimes get And not that you don't get feedback. Do you understand? That sometimes maybe it's not 100%. Do you understand? And if you don't say, oh, this thing is horrible, I'm like, oh, why do you think this? And they're asking you further questions. I will just come out to say, okay, you know what? Can you give me? I'll ask for it. Do you understand? And I get those feedbacks. But beyond that, the environment is not harsh at all. It's not harsh in terms of giving feedbacks and all of that. So yeah, so that's the other one. I'm not still over how a lot of people carry a straight face, you know, while maybe you're on the road and you see someone of your complexion or of your race. While I understand why some of them are just carry their face like, oh, I don't know you, what do you need from me, you know. But it shocks me, maybe you're in a corporate setting and then they just carry their face like, I beg, don't interact with they interact with me. It's just funny, right? But one of the key things I said I'm going to be doing is just to say hi and wave and give a smile. So we don't have to know each other. We don't have to be, and I don't have to fancy like, oh, hi, my person, or start speaking in vernacular. But I just say hi and smile at them. We don't have to have a lengthy conversation. But it's funny. It's so funny to me, you know. Yeah, so that's another one. Things are expensive. But again, that's because I'm doing conversion. But apart from conversion, home improvement is actually very, very expensive here. We'd had to change some things around the house, and what was giving me comfort was not converting anymore, but initially I was converting. I'm like, hey, the price of this furniture, Jesus Christ, hey, the price of this furniture, hey, you know, and all of that. But I started converting, but still, it's still expensive, particularly in Europe. You know, maybe not in America, or Canada, but in Europe, in Ireland, oh my God, home improvements is expensive. I want to get quality new things. They are quite expensive, you know, and so you have to really face yourself out of it. Yeah, so that's that. And then another one, hold on. Yeah, people say Dublin is very stressful. Oh, the number of people in Dublin. Oh, this, the traffic. Well, I stayed in Lagos. So Dublin is not as stressful as Lagos. Lagos is just crazy. Lagos is crazy. Lagos is super crazy, you know. And then so I think it's just maybe I'm gotten so used to abnormality that when something seems normal, you're like, oh, and people complain that it's crazy. You think, what's crazy there? What's crazy? This one is not crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, Dublin is busy. Dublin is hectic, but it can never be compared to the craziness of Lagos. Yes. So this is me. Sometimes I complain about Dublin right now, but sometimes I catch myself that, like, from where you're coming from, this is just a piece of cake. Yeah. Another thing is the time lag between when you get artisans to come do work in your house. You know, back in home in Nigeria, it's so easy. You need a carpenter, you need an electrician. You can call them, they come in a couple of hours. But here, everybody values that time. They will give you time, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes a month. It depends on what you want to do. We want to paint now, and the man had given us 2 months. I'm like, what? And sometimes not because they're busy and all of that. It's just because they want to go on vacation, and they're not going to substitute a vacation for you. No, it's not happening. So it's summer now. So for you to get them to come and do something, it's actually, you know, you have to book well in advance and all of that. It's something that still amazes me. I'm like, you're going to make money, but still, I think they value balance as well. So even as much as they want to make money, they also value balance as well. And then the last one, there's so much, but the last one I'm going to talk about now is the professional pictures are so very difficult to, you know, photo shoots and stuff like that are so easy back home. You have a lot of them around, but here you have to search and search and search and search and search, you know, before you eventually get someone. And I can give you a bonus one. You know, when you enter the public transport system, everybody is very polite and they say thank you. to not just the public transport system. When you purchase something and the attendant attends to you, you have to, it's just courtesy to say thank you. I think the one that shocked me was the transport. So, you know, when you enter the public transport and then everybody's coming and say thank you. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, why are you saying thank you? But it's just cultural, you know, and just courtesy that even if you are paying for the services, you still say thank you, you know. And so, yeah, which one sounds weird to you, or which advice do you have for me to integrate better? Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this, and please engage, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye for now.